guys, welcome back to the Spire Home and Garden, and today I am going to be weeding the rest of the front yard. Fortunately, there is this stuff called snow on the mountain, which you are seeing it right now. It is a weed, it's not a weed, it's a leafy kind of ground cover that I really enjoy, and it actually goes everywhere. So what I decided this year was that if I see any extra anywhere, I'm just gonna let it go wherever. I decided to take off everything for the water and everything else to try to get that started. I haven't started my water yet though, because I didn't get a chance to get there. As you can see, my protector is right back behind me and won't let me do a lot of my chores today. But I have my cover. I think I put my cover away yesterday. I have no idea. Basically, I'm going through and I'm weeding all of the garden. It's getting easier to keep things nice and weeded. And the reason is, look at how beautiful the day is. By the way, my camera fell over, but it was actually a blessing because then you got to see this shot of how beautiful the day was. It was a 70-degree weather day. But what I was saying was that I decided that I was going to try to do as much of a ground cover as possible with this yard. It's still coming back to life too. It's not fully back to life yet. It really is just starting to come back to life, and I need to get outside and I need to do all these things. Well, some of those things are, weeding a couple areas that get weeded or get a lot of weeds around. For some weird reason, always like where my stone wall is up here, and the snow on the mountain is actually covering a lot of that, which is really cool. It always gets a lot of weeds until this whole thing fills in. This plant started from just a little itty bitty little plant, and then I basically would go in and dig up some of it every once in a while. And in fact, I probably will dig up more of it this year and put it more in more areas over by where the tree is. You can see over here off to the left side of the screen. So then we can get that stuff done too. This whole area has a bunch of roses and stuff in it, and it's not done yet either. I could still put more roses, more hydrangeas, all kinds of things. I need to probably get my water hooked up here pretty soon. There's a possibility always in Colorado that there's going to be one more snowstorm before Memorial Day weekend. So that's why I'm kind of hesitating to actually put on the water at this point in time. Colorado is a really cold state. It was really cold this year. It was really, really bad. I love my garden and I love everything about it, but with the gardening part in the summer, but I hate the winters here. It sucks, excuse my language, so bad to where I'm thinking about moving because it's so bad during the winter time. It is so freaking bad. So I am really considering moving one of these years to a warmer climate where it's warmer all year round, and maybe I could do some more stuff outside. We'll have to see if that goal ever comes about. But for now, we're just working with what we have. I'm back behind over here on the left side. Where I'm hiding back behind there is not true. I'm trying to pull all these weeds out. I tried to get the camera back there, but it was so hard to get it to stay because, as you saw, it fell down like more than just once. I'm using my cell phone because I don't really like my other camera and it's too hard to download stuff, and for some weird reason the program doesn't always work. so I haven't figured that one out yet. There's something in there that I need to mess around with, but just don't have time. So anyway, I want to make this whole area really vibrant and pretty during the summer months. Yeah, there's some really cool thrillers in the back way. You can't see all the roses right now, but you will be able to see them like in between some of these areas that have this brush. And you're gonna see the lilacs are over there on the left side too. I usually will throw some seed or something in here too to mix with the roses so that we have some more like thrillers, as they say. One of these days I'm gonna change out all of this, but we'll have to do with what we have for now. I just need, it has been the best this year so far with the spring and the weeding, because I think putting the Prevene on my garden has really helped, but I don't want to do it like right now. I might do it during the winter time only from now on. We'll have to see what happens, because every time you put seed on there, it doesn't want to seed the new stuff. So this isn't just the only thing that's going on at this point in time. There's a bunch of trees that are in here that are like not supposed to be in here, so I'm going through and removing some of those, and you'll see that towards the end of things. Trying to clean up my big mess. I have 2 big trash cans that I use for this, and then towards the end, you know, I got real tired. I don't know what it was. I don't know that it was like the warm enough or what have you. I do not know. So, I was just so tired that I decided to go in after I did the backyard, or started with the backyard, and just decided that I was done by the end. So I went and took a nice nap and ate some lunch, and I just didn't get back outside. So these are all the things that I have to do before we get to, you know, have pretty flowers and everything else this year. We have to still water everything and make sure it's nice and pretty. I don't know if I'm going to do vegetables this year. Right now, veggies and water and stuff are really expensive, and the heating bills and everything else were really expensive this year. I had 1 month where I had a $400 service bill, which was pretty expensive for a 990 square foot house. So if that's what it's going to be like, and I've known that the water has been pretty expensive in the past, in the $100 to almost $200 range, I don't know that I want to do planting this year, or I might have to run the water schedule different this year. I used to be able to do water like every day. We may have to just water, you know, every 3 days or so, or every other day or something like that to make the vegetable garden happen. We'll have to see what goes on this year. It's really looking expensive, so we'll have to see what happens. We may not be able to do everything. I have a lot of chores coming up in the next couple months outside, as long as it's nice and pretty outside. There's going to be a lot of what do I want to say? There's going to be a lot of cutting tree branches and other things too, so you might see that here in the future, which will be really nice. One thing I've noticed is that my cherry blossom tree has not started blooming yet, so I'm gonna have to go take a look at it. Hopefully it did not die this year. Hopefully it's still gonna go and still is alive. Maybe it's just too early. See, when it's cold outside, like it has been sometimes in the past, it doesn't, it will bloom later. And I think that's what happened with the cherry trees. So we'll have to hope that that's what's going on this year. But there's my big trash can. Everything is starting to get pretty. The snow on the mountain always gets around this time early, and eventually the snow on the mountain will be covering this whole area too, with lots of plants and everything else. This is where I had to remove a tree that was starting. It's a bad one. I think it's one of those weed trees that are in Colorado. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head. But I have another one in the back that I have to remove, and a bunch of other stuff I have to do in the back. But at least we got a start. I picked up the doggy doo-doo in the back and cut some branches that I left from last year. There is a fence post that I pulled out from last year from the garden, and I'm changing the garden genre too, so you're going to see a bunch more fun stuff that we're going to be doing here in the future. So I hope you guys stay inspired too, because like right now I'm feeling claustrophobic just being inside. I need to be outside lately because of the fact that it's been so freaking cold this year. Usually at some point you can go outside, and usually it's earlier than almost May. So this really sucks this year. That's why it keeps changing my mind, or redirecting me to want to leave Colorado so bad because of that factor. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this one. My German Shepherd was a pain in the you-know-what today. Maybe I needed to rest more because he kept like sitting right next to me and everything else. He did also try to go after a dog in the front yard, which was really funny because he usually doesn't do that stuff. I had to tell him to come back, which means that he probably needs some more service dog training. So I will be signing us up for some more service dog training this summer because he is being naughty lately. He tried to lick my chiropractor the other day, and we changed my schedule for that, so that's probably why. So we will be doing a bunch more training this year because he's being a little pain in the you-know-what and shouldn't be doing stuff that he is doing. Even though the chiropractor thinks it's funny because he's a friend, but I'm just like, dude, you can't do that stuff. You are my service dog, not anybody else's service dog. You know how that goes. So apparently this year we will be doing a bunch of training. I will have him better mannered because we don't do that stuff. Maybe it's because I've been cooped up all winter and he hasn't been with me as much, even though I've drilled it into him. Sit, stay, the whole 9 yards, and being, polite and everything else that he's supposed to be doing. So he will be having a bunch of training this year. So because I can't have him doing these things that he's doing, but also maybe it's because my anxiety is high and he feels that he needs to be right next to me too. So who knows, that could be it too. So anyway, we'll get back into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's just a few more minutes long. Hope you guys stay inspired to do something wonderful in your life and inspire other people to do something wonderful in theirs. Take a break sometime, get out there a little bit, have a little fun, but also don't forget to not neglect your garden. Get out there, do your gardening projects and stuff like that. Get started, because we in Colorado are going to be putting our plants into the ground, I usually wait until Memorial Day. In Colorado, usually people wait until after Mother's Day, but guys, that doesn't work in Colorado because it usually snows anyway. So anyway, we'll see you next time on Food Aspire Home and Garden, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend no matter what you do, and stay inspired. Thank you so much for subscribing to all of our channel, and also thank you for being a part of us and leaving comments and being there for us and inspiring us to keep going. I hope you guys keep leaving comments and keep watching and keep subscribing and all that fun stuff, because we really enjoy you and we enjoy any comments that you guys have about the channel and everything else, or questions. We'll keep answering them, so keep leaving comments down below and keep watching. If you made it this far, tell us what kind of vegetable you'd like to see in the garden this year, and we'll see you next time on Food Aspire Home and Garden.